All right, we're live, and I'm really hoping folks can hear me with room mic because otherwise you're not going to hear squat. But this is Friday night at Triangle Sim Society. This is Southern Front. It's actually a pretty hopping room here. Pretty happening room. I'm conflating the two. It's a hopping room. You're going to see all the vendor tables around the edges covered up, except for Ken Ellis's table back in the back corner. But we're going to just sort of pan around the room here and let you take a look at what's going on. We've got a Old West shootout way back there at the corner that we're going to sort of work our way around here. There's a U.S. Colonial battle going way off in the distance. We're cleaning up a mid-guard game right here in front of us. The one in the back there where you can see the Zeppelin moving around, that is Nazi pterodactyls against the flying monkeys of Monkey Butt Island. They flew out of a cave on Monkey Butt Island. Yeah, that's pretty much what you'd expect. All right, let's see what else we got as we're panning around. Right on the other side of this table, you've got a World War II SAS raid. And then behind that, you've got sort of a modern-day cowboy game going on. Instead of horses and stagecoaches, they're using sports cars. But there's a bag of money and a pile of drugs right in the middle of the game, and everybody's racing towards them. The cops want them for evidence. The white supremacists want the cash. The drug lord wants the drugs, as you would expect, et cetera, et cetera. There's an Irish freedom game way off in the distance over there. The cluster in the background of this shot is looking at a U.S. Civil War wilderness game. It's a made-up battle. So they're fighting in the wilderness, but it's not based on an actual battle. And then right here in the foreground, you've got U.S. and Japanese. The U.S. and Japanese naval combat right there. Both of these tables you've got in this shot over here have a couple of dragoons in them, where we've got a couple of our local folks playing in those games. Young folks, old folks, guys and gals. There's a pretty good mix of folks here. I've never been here on a Friday night before. Apparently Friday night is a pretty busy night with lots of folks wanting to get here to game. And because you've got limited hours Friday night, they want to get a lot of tables in action. Oh, way back in the back corner, way back there, the big blue table that you're seeing is a Hunt for the Bismarck game that is going on also. So, Triangle Simulation Society is a minis organization here in the Raleigh-Durham Chapel Hill Triangle area. They do 2 conventions each year. The spring one, I believe, is called Spring Offensive. Southern Front is the one that we try to get to and cover pretty regularly because it's always reliably in this hotel over near the airport here. And it's a pretty full room, as you can see. I mean, we've got 14, 16 tables set up, plus a half a dozen or so vendors around the edges. We've had pictures from the different vendors before. So you can take a look at some of our older coverage that's linked at the bottom of our article that will be posted. And you can see what some of the vendors have. I'm going to try and move the camera around and not trip over anything or knock anybody over so you can see some of the other stuff. I will also say, if anybody's leaving comments on the live show, I can't see them because the camera's like 7 feet up in the air. So I can't see a thing that you're trying to show me or trying to type to me. So we're going to move the camera on over here and look around a little bit. There's our Old West Cowboy shootout going on there. And you can see we got sort of Main Street right down the middle, and a lot of stuff around the fringes, and then the train down here in the foreground as folks are running around there. Unfortunately, the Midgard game is getting packed up right now, which is too bad because they had some pretty cool looking stuff over there. But I'm going to see if I can't reposition the camera and get us a little closer to the Flying Monkeys of Monkey Butt Island, and see what else we can see along the way. So bear with me as we move the danger cam around to see what else we've got on the live shot here. So whoever's watching, love you guys. Appreciate y'all being here. Let's try and move the camera around and not hurt anybody. Let's stop here and take a look at our SAS fight for just a second. We've got a picture of the rule set and everything from the info table. That'll be in our article, so you can see the details of the game. I honestly don't remember what they all are, but you can see running through the middle right there, we've got a German convoy with some motorcycles and some trucks, and the SAS guy is trying to run an ambush on that. So one of the things they are doing with this game is a lot of fog of war. So the minis don't actually go on the table until somebody spots them, which is kind of a neat way to do it. Let's slowly shuffle our way over here to this big battle of ridiculousness. Why? Because it's fun. I don't have a good way for you guys to hear everybody else's audio on this. But I'm going to see if I can't get the camera down a little closer to the entertainment value here. So again, right here in the foreground, we've got Monkey Butt Island. All right, you're live. You're not in the picture. You're cool. I got the boom mic on, so I don't have to talk real loud and yell at the camera here. So
it's Nazis on
pterodactyls, right?
Pterodactyls with Rocketeers versus American Rocketeers and Flying Monkeys.
And Flying Monkeys from Monkey Butt Island.
Right, my butt island.
My butt island. Got it. Yes, monkeys flying out of my butt. So I heard somebody say monkey butt earlier, and so that stuck with me. But yes, okay. So it's my butt island right there where the monkeys flew out of. As we start to close with the Nazi Zeppelin helicarrier thingy. All right, we're going to try and jack this camera up a little higher and get a higher view for you guys. Here, and lean this over a bit more. See what we get. I'm not sure how great the audio is going to be on all this. So those little platforms right in the middle, right in front of the Zeppelin, are the platforms carrying the Flying Monkeys. So they don't have a ton of Flying Monkeys up in the air. But there you go. That's the Flying Monkeys coming out of My Butt Island. And I mean, if you're going to have fun with a hypothetical sci-fi-ish minis game, why the hell not?
I don't know. You're trying to bomb something over there. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm trying to set machine guns so I can these assholes out there.
Flying up the
Can you add that?
He doesn't wrap around the other side of the table and just come back on the other side? Like the old Atari video games?
Okay. Are we have we plotted?
Yes.
Go ahead, shoot.
All right, we're going to shuffle off of this game and go see some of the other stuff we got happening. This is our Bismarck game.
And there is what to say.
We're only live. Don't worry about it. So yeah, we
Well, no, that's what I thought.
got a bit of a mini shootout running around here. All right, let's go. Let's go take a look at the American Colonials over here. We're going to go ahead and drop the camera a little further down to get you a little closer detail on these guys. StreamYard doesn't zoom that I'm aware of. So unfortunately, this is just sort of what we're stuck with. That's what we got. I can't zoom, guys. I apologize. I would love to, but it's just not happening. I do hope you guys can actually hear me talking, because if not, I'm not sure I can do anything about it 10 minutes into this live stream, though. We're going to drop down another level so you can see some of these dudes up close. That's about as close as I can get you, but here's some of the minis trays that the dudes are in. And there's some fairly impressive looking paint jobs here. Scoot back and get you a little more of the battle. Folks are going to ask me what all the rules are for these, and I'll be honest, I don't know, and I don't remember, and it's not something that I can just recognize on site the way Zarsky and the late night Saturday Fights crew can. All right, we're going to take a look. We're going to take a walk back the other way. Go check out our. We're going to walk back past the Nazi Zeppelin helicarrier here. And go walk our way over to where the modern day cowboy shootout is going on. Oh, somebody grabbed the bag of money. All right, so here we go with the gentleman in the foreground in the black shirt is actually the convention director here for Southern Front, and he's joining in one of the games where, again, it's a Western Cowboys and Indians rule set, sort of bank robbers and scoundrels and whatever. They're just using, cars and cops and present day stuff for running around. So it's a modern day Western. Something that did not go well. No, somebody just suffered a sucking chest wound, so that's going to be fine. I'm going to pivot the camera here just real quick and see what we can do for showing you. This is all raffle prizes, guys. They've got a pretty incredible raffle here. Those shelves are painted armies. They've got a couple of Monster Warhammer sets up there. They got a Black Powder Epic Waterloo. So the infamous 13 millimeter minis. But they've got a whole lot of painted minis, bunch of game books, rule books. There's got to be the 7 Days Battle from Worthington in there. So there's a pretty decent amount of stuff that folks donated from the raffle that they do here on Saturday afternoon. All right, we are going to shift the camera. So that's the Irish Rebellion one right in front of us. It's a pretty sparse map. We're going to skip right over that one. Sorry about kicking the tripod. I hope I'm not giving anybody motion sickness moving around here.
That's how it works.
All right.
It really sounds. I can't refuse my left flank.
This is our battle in the wilderness. And we've got a rules clarification going on about whether or not someone can refuse one of their flanks. We're going to sort that out real quick, and then I'll try and get the camera back in there again. So we're going to scoot around the other side and get the camera up over here. We're just going to lean right over Rich's shoulder in the live shot here. Rich, what rules did you say you were doing here? Fire and Fury?
Regimental Fire and Fury.
Regimental Fire and Fury is what we're doing here. Oh, hey, look. And there's the book. Regimental Fire and Fury. All right. So, and drop the camera again, get some detail shots in here. We got a bunch of rebels working their way down this country lane. And farmhouse up there in the middle, everybody's fighting over. And I'm going to be right in the GM's way as soon as he wants to come back to the front of this table. All right, let's see. So there's some of the rest of our battlefield. Again, it's a 15 millimeter Civil War mini, some gorgeous paint jobs. I'm really bummed that I can't zoom in with this camera to show them to you guys, but it's some pretty impressive paint jobs here. Let's back ourselves out of the way here. We are going to jack the camera back up for some big background shots and just have a quick chat about what all's happening here. So the Triangle Sim Society, for whatever reason, here in Central North Carolina, we have a really big minis community, and I'm not sure necessarily what the reasoning for it all is or how that all came to be. But we've got a really big historical minis organizations, participation around here. Get together pretty regularly at a couple of game stores. Obviously, Gamers Armory is our anchor store, but Hangar 18 Hobbies in the same town does a ton of like remote control airplanes and stuff. But they have a huge selection of minis, some BattleTech, some Warhammer, but a lot of the historical stuff that you get from folks like Warlord. So a lot of bolt action, a lot of black powder. Etc. A lot of Conflict 47 lately has been at that store for whatever reason. I'm not sure what the story behind that is. But again, twice a year, these guys get together for a mini convention like this. I say mini convention. I mean, they'll have 100, 150 people come through over the course of the entire weekend. Run around playing games. Again, they got about 16 tables set up in here. Various sizes and shapes, and folks show up and play. And you can see we've got a handful of vendor tables and stuff around the edges of the room. We've got the one over here in the corner is a significant terrain vendor that does a ton of stuff. They've been here before, and we've got some pictures of them before. So that's what you're seeing here. There's a lot going on, a lot of pretty nifty games, and again, they'll be going all day tomorrow also. And then on Sunday, the folks that had to travel will tend to clear out Sunday, but a lot of the locals will stick around, and that's also a chance for the convention staff to get a chance to play for a few minutes as well. Everything fits in this one room. There's food outside. They got we are attached to a hotel, so they've got hotel rooms here as well, where you can just go up and down the elevator to get to and from where your stuff is. But yeah, everything's right here in this one room. They've got some water here for folks, one of which is dripping. I'm going to go try and turn it off and hope I don't completely disconnect my audio here, but there we go. Completely stop that from dripping everywhere. Look, this is what you want out of a fun local-ish convention. I'd be surprised if there's anybody here that drove more than about 3 hours, because 3 hours gets you out to Charlotte and Columbia and Virginia Beach. So I doubt there's any. I mean, I know there's some folks here from the Virginia Beach Tidewater area, because the old Dominion Military Society sign is up behind me. And so, those guys at least are here. But within a 3.5 hour radius, you can get a solid weekend attendance of plenty of folks here playing a lot of different games. So if you get a chance and minis are your thing, this might be a good convention to consider. It's usually middle of September every year. Again, Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill area. That we're actually in Morrisville, which is a town they basically created to be able to build an airport. That's where we are. We're right across the highway from the airport. Very easy to get in and out of. But you know, if minis are your thing, this might be one to come check out. And you don't have to bring anything. All the GMs are going to bring everything they need for the games. You just sign up for games and play with somebody else's minis. That's totally fine. So no issue with that at all. Anyhow, hope you guys have enjoyed this look at the convention. Pay attention to the website where we'll have some additional coverage that'll get posted as we get the pictures in. Again, I've got a bunch from tonight. We've got some other Dragoons that'll be here tomorrow and Sunday taking some pictures also. So it'll be about a week before we go through them all and get them all up on the website. But plenty for you to be able to take a picture of or come get a look at all the pictures we're taking of the convention. Again, I apologize, but you know, working from the cell phone, I'm not able to see the comments you guys are posting. I know it's kind of annoying that like my cell phone cameras, you know, my screen is only so big, so I can't see the comments you guys are posting. But once I get home tonight, if you guys put comments like in the actual comments of the YouTube video, not the live chat, then I'll try to answer what questions I can. I will tell you now, I don't know what all the rule sets were that were being used. You know, the Regimental Fire and Fury one I know, again, because Rich told me and showed me the rule book right there. Other than that, the Nazi Zeppelin with the autocannon pterodactyls fighting the American flying eagles and the flying monkeys from My Butt Island. I have no idea what rule set they're using for that. Quite frankly, if you told me they were just completely making it up on the fly, I would 100% believe it. Anyhow, we've been blathering for 20 minutes here. Hope you guys have gotten your money's worth out of this free video that we've shot here. And you know, look, come see us for the fall assembly. It won't be quite this big, but it'll be at least this much fun. Middle of October here in the Raleigh area also. We're in Cary, right? But I mean, if you didn't see the sign that said welcome to Cary, you wouldn't know that you'd changed towns. We're less than a mile from Gamers Armory. We're on the west side of town, so it's near the airport, near the highways, easy to get in and out of. Come see us and sling some dice with us. And again, you know, if minis are your thing, Triangle Sim Society does a lot of great stuff. 2 conventions this size each year. No frills, no fancy stuff, like no cosplay contests, no speakers bureau, any of that. It's just putting cool shit on tables and playing games all weekend. Hope you get a chance to come check it out. Thank you all for joining us tonight, and we'll catch you another time on another live stream.